Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spill the RT. Happy New Year, Josh. Happy Lunar New Year. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Happy New Year, folks. Happy New Year to the world. We have survived another one. We're here again.
We're here again. We're
Episode
here again.
75. We did it.
75,
75.
75. What a number. It's
75. We're
great.
so old. We are
S-
old.
So old. Old. Age is but a number, Josh. A number that we continue to grow. What's going to happen when we're at 175? By golly gosh, we'd be ancient then, huh?
Oh my goodness. But I guess there is another number coming up. We are I think 4 weeks away from our 2-year anniversary.
We are very very close to her, very much so. Leave in the comments below as to what Josh should get me for my anniversary, our anniversary.
That's true. What should our new swag be in memory of the
Oh,
2-year?
that's a good one. I think one thing that I find that we say quite a lot is, it is what it is. I feel like that's something that we say quite a lot. Maybe that could be something we should maybe spin a little bit, put a bit of artiness into that.
So I'll have to think about that one. I like that.
So we are going right into the new year. As I said, on the actual kind of turn of the calendar, the Western calendar, we are going into the year of the horse. So yeah, we're riding nay all the way in.
Oy. So this week
he's not up for any of the hilarity today, it seems, guys. We're going to have to bring some editing in the room.
The shenanigans. This week, a major Epstein and art update. This one's insane, truly insane. Trevi Fountain now costs €2. Yes, just to look at the fountain now costs €2. AI slop at the British Museum. The impact of generative AI on UK creative professionals. Successful fundraising to keep the Cerne Giant erect. See that? Good.
Oh dear.
You'll see why. And the world before trees. Yes, the world before trees. Imagine the world before trees.
Also quite linked to the erect word you used previously, but we'll see that soon.
All that and two brand new guests are up next. Welcome to episode 75.
Episode 75. Yeah, how cool is that? Excellent. And before we bring down our brand new guests, please, Josh, tell all of our listeners and viewers, and however it is that you are participating in Spill the RT episode 75, on what it is that they have to do.
If you could please, sir, please, I want some more. Like, share, subscribe, send to 3 friends, buy some swag, click on that thing or that thing, do the various things, leave a comment. Tell me to stop doing this. If you would leave a comment every week, I wouldn't have to do this.
I know.
Because the algo would just be like, hey, it's us. Hey.
They haven't told us to stop, so maybe we should just keep making. So that's it. If you want to sign a petition to stop Spill the RT, maybe that's what you should start doing. Put it in the comments below so that we can increase the algorithm. Yeah, you know. Hate mail is also good. I need to make my skin stronger as I go neighing into the new year.
Okay, so why don't we bring on our guest?
He's clearly done with me, folks. All right, so bring him on down. Here it is, the urgency of art folk. We have ShunShun and Faye. Hi, girls. How are you doing?
Hi.
Welcome to Spill the RT. You are most welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation.
No problem. How are you celebrating the Lunar New Year today?
Actually, we celebrated yesterday as well.
Oh, okay. We kind of probably have to do this one at a time, girls, because there's lots of voices now, so we're gonna have to get like some sort of a pass the stick sort of a situation. Shunshun, how are you celebrating the New Year today?
I was with her yesterday, with Faye yesterday. Yeah, it was like a pre-celebration thing. We made shrimps and sort of like small lobsters.
Oh wow, in style! My goodness. And how about you, Faye? You shared it with ShunShun.
Yeah, just had we made some dumplings and wine with my mom and my friends.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, we have fighting with my mom. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got that in the last year now, so it's fine. It's done with. It's over with. You've the fights are done. But I must say, I do love myself a dumpling. I do love a dumpling, a soup dumpling. I love soup dumplings.
Ah.
So, which flavor do you like?
Which flavor? I like pork flavored soup dumplings.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
So
go wrong.
have you got any lunar advice for us Western folk?
Well, according to like non-official news, red is a dangerous colors for this year because this
Red.
year
Okay.
is sort of like everyone is crazy year.
Okay.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
ironic. Very ironic that red would be the color of craziness.
Interesting. Interesting. We'll stay clear of the American politics. And
Well,
we'll stick with the blue.
so
Okay.
so off we go. Off we go. Speaking of red politics, so we all know Epstein, the whole Epstein scandal. I'm not talking about any of that kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
But because they have released at least a sizable portion of the documents now, I don't think we're ever going to get them all, right? But someone set up an AI, an LLM, with nothing but the documents, and it's all cross-connected. So he put in a very simple question. Can you tell me about the art that's connected to the Epstein estate? Turns out there is $4 billion worth of art controlled by his various LLCs. Billion with a B. With a B.
My goodness.
4 billion. And we're talking Michelangelo's, we're talking every famous Rembrandt's, every famous painter you can think of. The Epstein network of nestled LLCs controls this stuff and was getting loans against it and all kinds of stuff, including stolen art. What caught my eye was the report I was reading about this. They actually found 2 pieces of art that are known to be stolen, that are owned by this network.
Oh dear, oh dear. And so where is this art? Or is it just art that's already within institutions, or is it?
It's probably in free ports. I mean, the reality is most collector grade art isn't seen by anybody. We've talked about this before. It's not in museums, it's not in galleries. They're in these tax havens called free ports. They're basically just warehouses that no one actually sees.
Excellent. Well, not excellent, but it's interesting that that's come to light. Are we surprised?
Are either of you shocked?
To be honest, as an active, one of the contemporary art in the field, I'm completely not shocked. I mean, I thought that's how it is.
Yeah.
And now you got confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I always feel something is incorrect, and yeah.
Well, I think many people have had that feeling, and the nice thing, it's not that it's pleasant what all this is connected to by any means, right? But at least it's kind of like with the Panama Papers a few years ago, the way in which things are being done. Like our eyes aren't lying to us. We just can't figure out what's happening below the surface. And these kinds of releases, they help us see actually how things are being done. And it's all nastiness. This is about money and power, right? So it's always about nastiness at some level.
Well, let's not start the year with all of that negativity. Let's throw the Epstein files in the bin and throw a big bonfire towards them, and let's hope all of those victims are recompensated for what it is that they've suffered.
$4 billion worth of
horrendous,
art.
horrendous. I
can't even imagine owning that much art. I can't. It's just insane to me. Absolutely insane.
No.
So from that to the opposite end of the spectrum, off we go to Rome. Have either of you been to Trevi Fountain in Rome?
I think so, yeah. I think we both have been there before.
Did you put a coin in it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Faye, did you throw in a coin?
Yeah.
Did you make a wish?
Yeah.
Did it come true? Did it come true though?
Sorry?
Did the wish come true?
No.
Oh.
Never.
Oh, so the £2 that it's now going to cost for you, or the €2 it's going to cost to actually go and see it.
So
it's now probably not worth it.
Toss your coin. So think about this: to toss your coin, which by the way they collect and they make money from the coins that get tossed. Right? Each year they drain the fountain, they take out the coins, and it helps to pay for the fountain. So you're tossing coins in, and now you're paying €2 for the privilege of giving your money away. How about that?
I'd say something if you could use the €2 coin to actually throw into the fountain. But you've got that too. So they're now getting double coinage.
Yeah, it's a double bang. See, inflation is real.
Inflation is real. It is real.
Yeah, somebody just there are a lot of people who just swipe their credit card into dip the credit card into the water and count it as a wish.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. That is great tea. I'm loving that. What exactly do they think that so that every time they use their credit card, then thereafter they've actually got the magic of the Trevi Fountain going through the transaction?
Yeah, I think so, but yeah.
It kind of makes sense. Kind of like you would have a lucky something in your pocket, and wherever you went, right, the luck would be with you. I just don't know that luck transfers to plastic. And I work with plastic. I make stuff out of plastic. I'm not certain that luck transfers to it, though.
Interesting. That's a really interesting way of cheating the system, though, isn't it?
But Faye, what was your wish?
Wish for what? Sorry.
For the fountain.
When you were at the fountain, what did you wish for that didn't come true?
You mean any dreams? Sorry.
For the when you put the coin into the fountain, you made a wish. What was your wish? Or do you want it? Or is it a big secret? It might be a big secret, Josh. That could be something that's her personal.
I think my last wish actually is for get my kind of certification for something, right?
Yeah, see.
Only
And did you got that?
Sorry?
You got that? You were successful with that?
I haven't.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm so sorry, Faye. Well, hopefully,
it's a new year.
It's a new year. It's a new year.
Yeah, but
it's a new year.
I think I will wish. I hope that will come true in the new.
It will. It's just yet to happen. Yeah, it's just yet to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just to happen. You have to think like a cantering horse, and then it will come through. You have to go at that speed. Canter, 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 canter.
Yeah, maybe 4.
Yeah, perfect. Maybe.
So
moving swiftly.
From Italy, we go to London, of all places, to the British
London.
Museum. I am certain all of us have been to the British Museum. Yes, I mean it's kind of you have to go at some point, right? Here's the thing: the British Museum is trying to advertise and get more people in, and they got caught. That's not a human generated image. That's AI generated. They got caught doing AI generated social media posts.
Yeah.
And they were a little embarrassed by that, shall we say.
Yeah. This is a auto-generated image of a human being that has been implanted into this image.
And as you might imagine, people are kind of up in arms because, hey, you're supposed to have the museum of things humans have made, not the things that. And of course, someone could argue, well, that is what humans made. This is what humans made that then made.
But literally, like, did they find it difficult to find somebody to pose in front of it, or was it that they just didn't want to, like, use, like, how many people take bloody selfies in front of their art, in front of like artifacts and museum things?
Is that made by AI?
So the actual statue and stuff is not. That is the actual museum, but the person that's put into the image is AI generated.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So to make it look like it's, it's total laziness. Total laziness.
But how do people even find out that was generated by AI? It's really hard to tell.
So in this case, there was a series of images, not just one, and they all looked essentially exactly the same. And then as well, you can actually reverse engineer the image and see how it's been created, that it's not a natural, it's not even something that you did digitally that you might do in like Illustrator or Photoshop, where you would like have layers that you put together. It's completely.
No, they didn't even do that. They didn't even do that.
Finding sentence put in the message box, right? All right.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, they could have at least maybe generated the image of the person, cut it out, and then pasted it in, and then it would have taken away some of the metadata. But they didn't even have the kind of wherewithal to think about doing that. Yeah. So it's like literally, we're just going to save it as the AI generated image, and then just upload that. It's like,
But I see this all the time, and not just with students, because I'm also a writing teacher, but out in the real business world from doing marketing, where I can tell people have copy and pasted from ChatGPT that includes at the very bottom, was this helpful?
Yeah.
Thumb up, thumb down. Like it becomes like how absolutely lazy are you that you can't
And then they do the same with the preface as well. It's like, here is a suggestion that I have created for you. And it's like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, dude, at least take out the title language. Like, I mean, come on. Or like, make it so we're all guilty of using ChatGPT for certain things. But I mean, like, take it, interrogate it, rewrite it, use it as the starting point. Don't use it as like the thing that you take and paste.
Or like what I do, I have to use these LLMs for business now, just because of the scale worth of writing that I have to do. I have to tune them every day because they wander away otherwise, right? They are like bad puppies. They're eager, but they're useless.
Well, the British Museum marketing team are going to get a little rap on their wrist for this little doing, I think.
But have you all used AI assistants with the magazine?
Well,
actually, basically,
yeah, we do.
I think we basically use that for each issue, just small parts of my magazine, but not all of the paper.
To what extent would you use it, or to like how do you use it to assist you, I suppose?
Well, let's say sometimes like when people send us some very like broken paragraphs of like their
like
exhibition
very fragile message.
very
we have
fragile.
to connect it all of sentence of it.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of time to just put their words together, and sometimes I just give it to the AI.
Yeah.
Once you read it back, that's important.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're saying is you're using it as a tool, as an assistant, right? Not in place of. And that's the key thing. Like what I'm working on a particular project for a company, and we're building in the use of AI as part of what we're generating. But we're insisting on a human being at the end who has to be the one who's reviewing everything that gets generated, because you can't trust it otherwise.
No.
Right? That's why I don't trust the driverless cars. Like, no, I prefer someone actually having a hand on the wheel at all times. Thank you.
Exciting. I don't want to be in a driverless car either. I saw them in San Francisco and I feel like I'd like to try it at least once. But like, when you're in San Francisco, when there's like a very specific route and they're very well tested there, then fine. But I'm not going to trust a driverless car to get me from like one point to another, having not done that route ever.
In a place like London, where you have to have the knowledge and it takes you years of time to be able to get that. For those that don't know, to be a London taxi driver is not an easy thing in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Right? And so
to learn the book.
But you would see like, oh, wouldn't you want to replace that? I could see them literally setting things on fire to stop that from happening in a place like London. Because right?
Their taxi drivers now in London are obviously in array with Uber drivers and Free Now and all of these kind of services, because they're taking all of their work and now they have to use the same system or a similar system, and they're not able to use the toll system, and it's like, anyway.
So along the way, sticking with London and sticking with AI. See, I had these things paired.
Excellent.
There was a new report that just came out that took a look at what 10,000 creators how are they being impacted by AI? And these are creative professionals, people that are being brought in as like consultants. They do PR, they do marketing, right? Like you get hired to do a project. I need a pitch deck, that kind of thing. They are having their lives upended left, right, and center by AI, because obviously you still need to have humans, like we said, but you need far fewer humans for each project. And so what they're pushing for is some kind of set of code. Like, here's what has to happen in terms of allowing this stuff to be used. Where's the human? Because none of it's been codified, right? None of this in law. There's nothing. It's wide open, Wild West. Like you can do it essentially anything you want. And I ran across a report this week. We're doing this wrong. We're humans doing a podcast. They have AI now generating 3,000 hours a day of podcasts.
But that's just boring. I mean, like I get that that's a thing, and people are doing all of this now for like the hustle economy and trying to kind of make more money, and they're building all of these. It's not just podcasts. It's like how-to videos that are putting out, and it's like general content media creation that people are putting out. Like you can get all of these auto-generated blog posts that you can put on your website to increase your SEO traffic, and like there's all of this stuff. But like I mean, as soon as you go to that website and read that blog post, for example, it's just like, well, this was created by AI. What sort of information am I getting from this that I can't just search for myself? But yeah. The other side of this as well, Josh, sorry, and girls, is that like I find in some of the paid work that I get to actually sustain myself in my career is that I have clients that come to me and they say, well, AI suggested it this way.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we do it this way if AI suggested this way? It's like, well, why
Yeah.
don't you just employ AI then?
You know, we get that a lot, like for me and Faith's business, we get that a lot as well. It's really hard to fight against like the AI opinion.
Yeah. Oh, completely,
Well,
completely.
I guess I don't have a problem because typically what the AI is suggesting is like second best always. It's even when you ask it to refine, it doesn't iterate in a way that a human would, which would be towards something more creative, right? It
Yeah.
kind of goes the opposite. It iterates towards things it already has seen and done in the past. And that's why, to me, at best, as smart as it keeps getting, it's at best like a first year intern. Like it's not really, it doesn't do the job as well as a human would do. And so I'm with you. For grunt tasks, like you have to take someone's language and convert it over to something that other people can read. Yes, please let it do the first pass. But then I still want to have my eyes on it to make it, because invariably I always have to make changes. It's just.
But also the other side about this as well is that if you, as a person who hasn't any idea or understanding of the industry that you're asking somebody to give help in, ask a chatbot about like a specific task or how to do something. You don't know if that's actually correct or not, the response that they're giving you. Whereas your experience and if you're asking it, then you can say, okay, right, well, that makes sense, but that doesn't make sense. And if I do that, that's going to have that effect. And if I do that, that's going to have that effect. The person who's not experienced, who doesn't have the skill set, is not going to be able to interrogate that.
Yeah, and well, the truth is, I mean, you can get it to give you truth, but it's taken me hundreds of hours and workarounds
To get there.
to get there.
Yeah.
And even then, I find out they're not all the same. Like some of them are connected to the web, some are not. So they'll give you websites, but they're not live websites. They're just from memory, which means they haven't validated anything. And so it's not like hallucination. It's not a lie, but it also isn't actual effectiveness, right? And so most of us now who are using this stuff professionally have started to stack. You're running stuff from one, and then you're moving the file over to another and having it do something else with it. And you can see how it'll end up being automated with, like, it's just like apps again, right? Like if you're working through an Adobe stack and you're starting something with Adobe and you're running it from Photoshop and you're moving it over to Illustrator because you're going to put it together for a deck, right? Like that, it's moving along. It's just you're the person who's making it happen. A lot of that's going to end up being automated.
Yeah. Well, I totally understand like people use AI, for example, in all kinds of business for opinions or searches, analysis. But I'm really scared that I found out that people are actually letting AI to interfere with their judgment. That's the most scary part in the story, I think.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. Well, and in the US, the Pentagon is using Grok.
Don't know what that is.
Grok is the racist Elon Musk linked chat.
Okay.
And it spews all kinds of nasty things. And the Pentagon, right? The people in charge of war making are using it.
Excellent.
It's insane. It is absolute insanity. Yeah.
Absolute nonsense. I can't understand why. Oh, God.
Yeah,
fire
just
coming from I'm now back into the year of the dragon. Okay, I must tell you though, however, right, so I think bringing this back to creative practice and to people as artists and just kind of and putting that framework into it, I think no matter what, we as individual artists are going to take creative direction of where we take our pieces of work. And if we're going to use AI to help us or assist us in that, I think that is totally fine. But however, you should have the intelligence in your mind to say that this is not going to work or that's not going to work, and trust your instincts and trust your own ability to curate and edit that you wouldn't have had or that you did have before AI came along, and to still trust that gut instinct, because AI, as intelligent as it's going to get, is still not going to be able. You as a creator are still directing the image of how it's going to go. You're directing how the output is going to look, and you're still going to be the person that's saying, "No, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't happen that way."
Yeah.
No, and being able to say no. Josh is swaying his head there. Are you in disagreement?
Well, I was just thinking about imperfections, what makes art interesting.
Yeah,
And
completely.
we're talking about tools that try to remove imperfections.
Yeah.
And that's why you read it, like it doesn't read as good art. It just reads as a manufactured product. that's supposed to be like easily digestible. It just reminds me of like McDonald's or something. It's not about like growth or earning something from it in the sense of like, I get something from this. It's just supposed to go down easy, and I'm not even supposed to notice that it went.
Something that I think that we at New Collective are working on at the moment, we're doing this new kind of international-based project that is just going to be, it's a kind of a project where each piece of work is going to be sent to everybody, and the work will evolve piece on piece on piece. And this is something that we're planning and hoping going to do in the next couple of weeks. But this is something that AI cannot do. You've got 15 artists with 15 different opinions and 15 different perspectives and 15 different ways of making, are going to make in their own place, in their own spot, in their own town, city, part of the world. And that is something that AI will never, ever be able to do. And I think that's something that we need to be kind of striving towards going forward.
Well, I could probably get it to do that, but it would take as much time as just doing it, right? So there's no savings of time or effort in order to get it to do the same thing that the humans can do themselves.
But AI couldn't possibly do the same thing that would be created from what that will create.
I think with enough prompting, you could probably get it to be the end deliverable would have a comparable, but again, because you'd be deliberately building in.
But that would have to take on my imperfection as an individual artist and your imperfection as an individual artist. They're not. How can they predict if I decide to just get a lipstick and whack a piece of lipstick across two pieces of art? It might be destructive, but how are they going to predict that would be something that I would do? They can't, because that's my free will.
I'm not saying that you would create a perfect match to what the human would have created. Although based on, apparently there's a new AI that has predictability scores that are off the charts, that do better predicting things than humans have ever done. So I would never say never on that. But even if we're not talking about that, I would think you could still present the same kind of like stochastic randomness that would give you weird options of things that would happen. It just would take as long, if not longer. It's not, anyone who actually works with this stuff professionally, it's people keep, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. It's just more work. It just reminds me, like I said, as Adobe went from Adobe 1 and then 6 and 7 and then became Creative Suite 1 and then, right? It's just the iterations don't make it better. It just makes it like you have to be more specialized to be able to make it work right. And that's what's most aggravating, because it's supposed to be helpful, but it really isn't. Anyhow, let's move on.
Moving swiftly.
Moving swiftly to Dorset. Have you, either of you ladies, been to the Cerne Giant?
Where is it?
It's in Dorset.
I don't think so.
That's southwest England, I believe.
No, I've never been there.
No, Eamon, you've never been either?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
So, do we have a picture of the Cerne Giant? Because
I have a picture of this giant.
I bet
in all its glory.
Yes,
I have. So, I've printed it off and put it in my studio.
So I included this because, speaking of what AI can't produce, this thing has been around for an age, literally, and they just finished fundraising £2.5 million, $3.5 million to preserve it in perpetuity because it was starting to degrade because of climate change.
Okay. Yeah, so, of course.
The giant statue with its erection, I guess it's not a statue, it's like a land art. The giant land art with its erection will exist in perpetuity now because of people's generosity.
Oh dear! I probably should have put a little explicit sign over the phallic element of this.
This is art.
Of course.
It's not a real phallus.
Art. Yes. What do you think of this wonderful being that is engraved in the grassland? What do you think, girls?
I don't know, like how much. I'm just wondering how much it actually costs to make it in the first place.
Oh no, this was done long before. I mean, this has been around for I don't even know how long. Between 700 and 1,000 CE. So this is at least 1,000 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean that's the whole point. It's been around forever, and it's 138 hectares. So that's a big piece of land. We're talking multiple acres that this takes place. And so the National Trust, the British National Trust, did the fundraising on this, and now the money is there.
Amazing. I mean, if it's that old, you want to protect it.
Yeah.
Theories have ranged from the figure representing a Celtic deity or a fertility symbol, or even a satirical depiction of Oliver Cromwell.
Oh. But if it's Oliver Cromwell, was he around that time? Is that surely not?
You're the folks that are in the UK. You're supposed to know these things. I'm an American.
As if I get involved with British politics. Well, just to kind of clarify, Ireland is separate to the UK. We are our own independent country.
But you are living in the
but
UK
I'm living
right
but
now.
I'm living in London. You know, I still have to stand up for Ireland. I am the representative of Ireland in the UK right now, in this moment.
Okay, there you go.
I do love the baton. I feel like I'm in the Flintstones or something.
I think most people would say it's a weapon of war, but it also could be a musical instrument. Apparently, some people think.
Oh, maybe like a didgeridoo. Oh no, that's what's in the middle. That's between his legs. Oh, I'm hilarious. Faye, do you like this?
Yeah, I really like the pattern.
I think it's cool, isn't it? I think it's cool. I think they should do like postcards of it.
Yeah, they have T-shirts.
T-shirts.
You can get this on a shirt.
Fantastic. Next week on Spill the RT, watch Eamon wearing a T-shirt of the didgeridoo man.
The Cerne Giant. Or
that too.
I don't know. Again,
Cerne is very French. It's probably Cerne. Oh no, that would be Irish. I don't know. The British like to pronounce things weird, don't they, girls? They're just like they have a way.
It's true. Aluminium, totally true.
Yeah. This figure looks actually quite contemporary,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the face on his belly.
It reminds me of Basquiat, quite frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
very Basque. That's great. That's a really good description.
But
I like
that's
that.
why they describe people who paint in Basquiat style as like neo-primitive, because the whole point is it's the invocation of the past in some kind of way. And I mean, like I said, it's 1,000 years old, so clearly somebody did this. But like many of the figures we've documented, there's all kinds of land art around the world that's done thousands, tens of thousands, and done huge, just gigantic, right? Like, I guess it's not so much about putting your name on things; it's just making it as big as you possibly can.
Absolutely. Go big or go home. That's what I always say. Anyway, excellent.
So, speaking of which,
speaking of big,
back to 400 million years ago. Now, I never actually thought about this, but you know, the Earth didn't always have trees. Trees have only been around for 400 million years. I know, right? It's like, wait, what, really? Yeah. So what do you think the Earth looked like? What was growing? Because stuff was still growing up to the sky, but it did not look like a tree.
No, there you go. That's what it looks like. For those of you who are not watching but listening in, all I'm looking at now is a wonderful...
Another kind of erection.
Exactly. A very upright...
This is a 25. They call this is called a Prototaxites.
That's it. Yeah,
which means early yew. That's the tree yew.
Early yew tree. I'm moving that one out of the way so you can see this one a bit bigger.
Yeah, it's 25 feet tall apparently on average, and these were all over the place, like by the billions, growing up out of the ground. And they can't tell, was it like some kind of a mushroom or was it something else? And they think it was actually something else. This was a whole other branch of life that lived and died before the tree even showed up.
Wow.
Eamon always wants me to find interesting science things because he enjoys a good science.
I do enjoy a good science story when I have an interest in it. Otherwise, it just bores me. But I do like this idea now because I do love a tree. I love a good tree with lovely branches. So this is something that I'm kind of a little bit against because there's no branches. You know, it doesn't feel like. But they say just as a kind of a matter of perspective as well. They kind of grow to like the height of a lamppost.
Well, 25 feet. Yeah, like several stories tall.
Yeah, which is tall.
Well, they have preserved fossils of these things. That's the weirdest thing. I don't know if we have a picture of it, but yeah, there's a fossil. Like it's like a giant log, but it's not a log because when they have the inside of the fossil, it has all these weird things that don't look like anything I've ever seen before. It looks like more like something out of Alien than something that I've seen in like Earth.
I think I'd still prefer a cherry orchard, to be honest.
I'd like cherries in the cherry orchard. Sure.
Yeah, this is true. But I think I'm still kind of in that mind. But
Although
yeah,
I do
it's
enjoy
quite
a
a
good.
natural beauty.
Don't you like mushrooms? I like mushrooms. I eat mushrooms all the time.
I like the small little white cup mushrooms. I'm very boring like that. You know, don't give me those shit take mushrooms. No, thank you. No.
Shiitake?
That's the one.
Shiitake?
Yeah, or the morels.
Morels.
No, thank you.
You're
Do
just
you like
missing
it?
out.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. Do you like a good mushroom,
Ladies,
girls?
ladies, are you in favor of mushrooms?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of mushrooms. Like in China and Japan, we have all kinds of mushrooms, like
Yeah.
so much more kinds than it is in here in the UK.
Yeah. White button
The
mushrooms is all you get here.
Yeah, when I lived
Yeah.
in the UK, it was very limited in that kind of way. In the US, it's better. Obviously, we have lots of different kinds of specialty stores, so you can get all kinds of stuff from around the world.
Yeah.
But
Well, not anymore. Not with your little
well,
tariffs.
the latest thing actually is people like to go out and pick mushrooms themselves. And in California, it's caused a rash of deaths because they've been picking death cap mushrooms and eating them and then dying.
Oh dear.
And so, but we have this thing called the Darwin Award. Have you all heard of the Darwin Award? Darwin Award is given for people who manage to kill themselves in spectacularly stupid ways. Like the gentleman who tied a whole bunch of balloons to his chair, and then he went up 500 feet and fell out of the chair and died. He won a Darwin Award because that's a really stupid way to go. So mushroom picking, when you're not certain what you're eating, it's not quite Darwin Award level, but you're definitely on the way.
Yeah. I'll stick to the button cup mushrooms. Thanks. They're safe. Most of the time anyway. Anywho, enough about mushrooms. Let's talk about the urgency of art.
Yes.
So we have back to the mushrooms. We'll go to the urgency of art slide. Here we go. And here's just a couple of magazines that you have published over the last number of issues. But girls, would you like to maybe talk to us a little bit about the work that you do and about the magazine?
Shall I start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. So when we started this magazine, we thought about like decentralizing in contemporary art. Because Faye and I started, we worked as curators, we worked as artists, we worked as students for almost like 8 to 10 years in the contemporary art field. And to be honest, it's hard to survive as how to say, not the star, not the favorite of the contemporary art field. And we want our own voice heard, and we want like other people's voice heard. So that's how we got the idea of starting this issue. So it's all about different kinds of voices, and we don't want to decide who could be included, who cannot be included. We want to favor those who didn't get their voice heard in the past. Back in the days, I was doing history of art for my BA, and I just found out that how do we describe our current contemporary art? And is my voice even a part of the London contemporary art? Let's say, but why not? I'm also an artist, and a lot of my friends are also artists. They didn't get their voice heard. Their work was just presented or didn't get selected by the gallery. How are they going to be recorded, let's say, in the history of the contemporary art? That's just not fair.
Yeah.
So here it is. That's our platform.
Oh, amazing. And Faye, have you a similar background to ShunShun? Is it the same kind of a BA background that you've got, or what is your background?
Yeah, we think we are kind of the same, but the other point is what we are trying to do with this magazine is create a space for slower and more reflective conversations, especially at this time when I think everything feels accelerated.
Fast.
Yeah, and so we are interested in the artists who are not just producing the work, but thinking through this condition of the present. I think that's it.
Yeah, that makes huge sense.
And you're actually printing. You're doing print issues.
Yes, I do. Like very few physical issues because we are not we're not aiming to make any profits. It's more like a charity kind of thing. So printing the issues is going to be our main cost. So we are not printing a lot of them for each issue.
Do you distribute them to stores, or is it just that, or just the online readership that you kind of focus for? How what's your distribution like?
So it works like if you are on this issue, for example, if you are invited and you demand like for 1 or 2 issues, we are just going to give it for free. But if you demand like 10, for examples, then
Yeah,
we need to charge you.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes total sense. No, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
We were very pleased to be included in the last issue of The Urgency of Art. So you can check out that issue in the link in the bio as well. And thank you very much for supporting us that way. You did a really nice spread on our exhibition in London last December. So we appreciate that very much.
Oh.
How many issues? Let's talk more about this. How many issues have you put out at this point?
So ever since like this year around, it will be, let's say, around 5 of them. But we started the Instagram account like very late.
Okay, so you've only got you've 5 issues completed.
No, like only for this year. For previous years, it was more like an on and off situation.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I get you. So is it released every month or every season, or what? Have you a frequency?
Every 2 months.
Okay, great, good,
Yeah.
good.
And so
Yep.
how many
Oh.
artists are you featuring in each?
For each issues, we aim to get at least, let's say, 3 artists and 2 galleries or art collectives, and also like 1 organizations or like institutions that we could feature. But let's hope like for the next issue we get more and more attention and more people to be involved.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're definitely putting that out there for you guys and spreading the word about it, so we'll get everybody to read it. Especially given that like it's so accessible and it features so much. So it's really good. Great.
How do you come across the artists that you are featuring?
So it's quite random, some people that's how I know about the Noah Collective as well. Some people would just walk to us and say, are you going to be interested? And we just look at their work and see if we are interested. And some of them are just people or like the exhibition that we came across in London very randomly. And as artists ourselves, we do get invited to a lot of shows and friends openings and such. That's how we start. So stay close to us, you'll get featured.
Excellent. Cool. And what is your role yourselves in the magazine? Is it just the 2 of you, or have you a bigger team, or is it just how does the kind of actual format work insofar as the team?
Yeah, so we are the main founders, and we have a lot of other people who are involved, but they are more like temporary roles because we don't pay them. So
Whatever support you get, I get that.
We know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really hard to survive as a not paying organization.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like freelance.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And how do you divide up the work between you? Who does what?
So as founders, we normally only do the connections. And for the paperwork, the writing, and the like the corrections of the writings, we give it to the volunteers to do that.
Okay, cool. Very good. Great, cool. It's very exciting, and it's great. It's great that you've been making so many, and that it's doing well as it is. So, like, a best of luck with it and its future. Like, it's very exciting to see where it's going to go.
And when is the next issue coming out?
Is March and April. So the next issue will be brought by one of our collaborative organizations. They are going to bring our issue to 2 art fairs. One is I believe it was Expo Chicago, and the other one is an art fair in Netherlands. So the next issue will be quite a special one.
Amazing. That's very
good for you. That's great.
And how did you come across that connection, or what is your connection to the Netherlands? and Chicago.
So that would be an art studio who previously wanted us to feature some of their events, and then that's how we know them. And they say like, if you wanted to feature us, put us in a very important position in the next issue, and we'll take it to like out there.
A bit of I'll scratch your back and you'll scratch mine sort of
Yeah,
situation.
exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. We love that.
Well, if there's no money, that's about all you can do.
That's
right?
all you can do, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but think of it in another way. It's more like getting everyone's voice heard. So we feature them is putting their voice out there, and they carrying their own like magazine to the fair will get more attention. So
Definitely.
win-win, I guess.
Totally win-win. No, it's really good, and it's really great that you're doing this work. So kudos to you both. Excellent.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And before we go, maybe you could tell us just a little bit about what you actually do in your own practice, because you're both practicing artists, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what sort of work do you make yourselves?
Do you want to start, Faye?
You start after you.
What?
After you go first.
So my work is about intimacy and contemporary figurative paintings. I paint a lot of like relationships and connections in between people, and not just specifically exclusive to like romantic relationships. It's all about all kinds of connections.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's all painting. Is it painting work?
Yes, oil paintings, and that's also my PhD project currently.
Oh, great. Very good. And Faye?
My painting is focused on a topic named politicized suffering in COVID-19. That's my topic.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk about like the censorship in China. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and
that's pretty big.
Yeah, and the material is also oil painting, but it's kind of like collage, I think.
Okay, cool. Very good. Exciting. That's really cool. Super. So where can we find you guys? Where can we look you up?
We have our Instagram account, I guess.
Okay.
You know what? I just paused my own artist website because I got no money to keep like supporting it this year, actually.
So how can we find the urgency of art?
So yeah, for the urgency of art, please make sure to subscribe to our Instagram, and you will find our emails, websites, all on there.
Excellent. Great. So we'll put all of the links and the information to that below in the description. So check that out. And we will be more than happy to share all the information that you have right there. So check those links out and get clicking, guys. Get clicking. Amazing. ShunShun and Faye, you have been fantastic guests. Thank you so much for joining us and spilling the RT.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We look forward to reading your next issue of The Urgency of Art, and we will share a link to that as well when it comes out into our social channels at Newa Collective Art, and also on www.newacollective.com. So, Josh, before they all disappear and into the celebrations of the Lunar New Year, tell our viewers and listeners what are they to do.
Like, share, subscribe, send to 3 friends, buy some swag, put a comment down below, tell me to shut up. That's totally fine.
Tell him to shut up. I think if you could manage to do that now, you'd be on to an absolute winner. You'll be triumphant in the Lunar New Year. So excellent work. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. But we are going to go right into the new year with gusto. We will have a little break next week. We do not have an episode next week, but you can check out all our latest episodes on our YouTube channel and across all of the podcast streams that you listen to all your podcasts on. So until then, we will see you in 2 weeks. And Happy New Year, everybody. Bye for now. Stay creative.